Welcome back. Welcome back to a new video. Thank you so much for checking this out. We got recommendations for stats, mounts, companions. A lot of people have asked me in the other videos to do a video like this, and I haven't done it. I found some time, been real busy, so I'm gonna finally get it done. Just recommendations, or what you should gem for, or try to slot for, or whatnot. What companions to run, or whatnot. So we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna do stats first, actually. So stats, we're going to Boons as well. But for stats, you're gonna want to, this is for a rogue. Most DPS, this would probably apply to a lot of DPS. What you really wanna do, first things first, is try to get your armor penetration to 60% resistance ignored. I believe it's 100 to 110 armor penetration points per 1%. You see right there, I'm at about 4,000 armor penetration points, and the resistance is 40%. So about 100 to 110 points is one armor pen percentage. And you really want to get that to 60% the best you can, and then you can start gemming and slotting for other things that you desire, like critical strike or recovery. After that, depending on your build and your class, you want to hit this armor pen cap, and then you want to try to do the critical strike cap, which is 100%. Power comes along as time goes on with gems and companions and stones and such. The critical strike, you want to get that to 100%. I personally don't gem for it because of my build. I don't need it. It's 400 critical strike points for 1%. Let's do the math right there, see if I'm correct. 6149 by 0.4. Oops. 6. Yeah. So 600 is 6,000. It gives you. It's supposed to be 4. Maybe it's not 4. Let me try one more time. Looks like 1,000. Crit per percent, but I could have swore this is 400 points per 1%. And now it is 400, excuse me, it is 400. So 400 critical strike points equals 1% crit chance. After crit chance, you can go into any of the other bonuses. This is for DPS only, but after that it's power. I will just go into power real quick. It is also 400 power equals 1% damage bonus or bonus healing. As you can see, I have about 12,000 right there. Damage bonus is 30%. Recovery is 200. Recovery equals 1% recharge speed bonus. So that means 400 recovery is action point gain. Action point gain, it looks like it's about 100 to gain 1% action point. So every 100 action point gain, you get 1% action point gain. Combat advantage, looks like 200. Maybe 200 combat advantage points equals 1% damage. And then that's it. For defense, deflect, lifesteal, I'm not going to go into those. We can go into lifesteal just in case. It looks like about 400 lifesteal equals 1% lifesteal chance. And that's my recommendations for stats. Try to do armor penetration first to 60%, and then the rest is your desire. Depending on your build or your class. I personally I hit the 60% cap. I have bonding rune stones and companions. That's why it's low, because when I get companions gift, it jumps up to 6k. We're gonna go actually. I could go through all the boons, but a lot of them are clear choice. I can go through them really quick, and even in the Sharndar ones, you want to take power over defense if you're DPS. You want to take crit strike over deflect. These are tanking ones. Action point gain or hit points increased by 1,600. You want action point gain for DPS. This one, besides this one heals yourself, this one does damage to a foe. When you're striking a foe, you have a chance. And then this one is stamina, deflect. This one's for healing. This one, when you kill a foe, you gain 135 power for 45 seconds. So this is another power move for DPS. You go into Dread Ring. Your choices were power or crit. I personally don't gem for crit, so I took power over critical strike. There's regeneration and lifesteal. Regeneration is for, we're gonna check it out right now. Regeneration is definitely not for DPS. It's just health regeneration or bonus incoming healing. I don't gem for it, I don't care for it. It's not a DPS stat. So I go for lifesteal instead, because that's the only choice I have. So I might as well just take lifesteal, get an extra 1% chance. Then there's resistance ignored. That's like having armor pen penetration, so it's extra 3%. Like having 600 armor pen, pretty much. Or you can have deflect chance, which that's more of a tanky move. So I picked resistance ignored. This one, you have a chance to heal yourself, and it gives you defense. So that's clearly a tanking one or so. This one is, you can deal 20,000 damage and reduces the healing on its target by 25% from spells. That's a more PvP one. Then you come to the last boon selection: healing spells, steal health, which I don't have very high lifesteal. That's not my build. And this one is, you get a shield that absorbs damage, more of a tanking move. And so I take this one. When you deal damage, you gain a stack of madness. When you reach 50 stacks of madness, you gain 4,000 power, lifesteal, and regen for 10 seconds. So clearly, for me, this is a DPS choice right there. So Icewind Dale boons, I have, you see the AoE resist, which is just damage being done to you, or combat advantage bonus, which is DPS. You want more damage when you have combat advantage, so pick that one. Incoming healing, more of a tanking move, and then this one's stamina gain. You could probably take either one of these as a tank, but I'm not really sure. I'm DPS, but I just take stamina gain because incoming healing is whatever. Might as well get my roll quicker, or your blink quicker, or whatever, your run quicker for guard and weapon fighters. So it is recovery and critical severity. Recovery you can gem for. Crit severity, you cannot find gems or kits or anything of the sort for crit severity except for talents and maybe Vorpal, weapon enchant, and that's really it. So I took the 2% severity here over recovery. This is reduced damage on cold shoulder. It's more of a tanking move, so I took this and you gain up to 2,000 power based on which stamina or guard you're missing. So if you roll around to dodge attacks and stuff, you'll get a little bit of extra power when you go to attack again as your stamina bar refills. This one, so when we get to the last boon selection, this is if you're taking damage, you gain stacks of avalanche, so it's more of a tanking choice. This one, chance of heal to gain 3,000 damage bonus on next attack. This one's good. I mean, I don't know if that's for lifesteal or whatnot, but I don't use that one. I use this one, chance to gain bonus 10% action points when killing a target. This one's better for me to build your action points quicker, so you can use your daily. And this one's also a healing potion, which if you take a potion, people get healed by it. Definitely not something I do all the time. I don't really take potions. So now under Underdark, it's defense over power. I take power because I'm DPS. Lifesteal over crit strike. I take crit strike because lifesteal isn't my build. To take crit strike over it, this is really just by choice, whatever you want. Regeneration or combat advantage damage bonus. Another one that increases damage. Regeneration just increases your health regeneration, so I don't need that. Take the damage bonus by 10%. Control effects now have shorter durations. This is more of a tanking move, a tanking boon, or you gain stamina 5% faster. I'll take the stamina one. Then this is really by choice. Yeah, gain 25% control bonus versus demons. Demons do 5% less damage to you, more of a tanking one. You have a chance to slay lesser demons. This one's really cool. I just didn't know like if it can work on silver tier or gold tier like in Demogorgon or whatnot. And then there is Abyssal Strikes, gain 10% damage versus demons. This one's all around good. You can at least hit bosses with the extra 10% damage. So that's the one I chose. Here, have not finished off Tyranny of Dragons, because it's definitely hard to do team at, so we'll start from the front. So it's either hit points or power. Clearly more power for DPS, for more damage. Deflect or crit strike. I want more chances to crit, more damage. Deflect, not my build, more of a tanking move. Armor penetration or defense, again, more more of a tanky move. Armor penetration, you need that. Try to hit that, helps you hit that cap just by getting a boon. Extra 1% there. And then, or 2%. And this is grants lifesteal rating or regen. Again, regen is, if this was recovery, I would take it, but it's regen. So I don't need health points gain, regen quicker. I'll just take the lifesteal, 1% extra lifesteal, it's okay. Then you have increased lifesteal, which depends on your build and your class. Incoming healing, control strength, these are all depending on your build and class. This could be a tank, this one could be your control wizard. And so I took crit severity because you can't gem for it, and you can't, you can only either spec for it or boon for it. So I'll take this one right here, a little 5% increased crit severity. I don't have any of the guild stronghold boons at all. And then the maze engine, it's either lifesteal or incoming healing bonus. You don't really get too many heals. So I'm gonna take lifesteal. It's 5% crit, lifesteal severity. So it crits harder if I actually lifesteal it. I get more. Control effects now have a shorter duration. It's another tanky move, so you're not stunned for a long time or prone. So I take combat advantage bonus. Stamina regen's 10% faster in combat or action point gain. This one's more for tanking and such. So you get your guard up quicker. This one, I like action point gains 3% faster. Of course, get my dailies quicker. And the last choices, you have 30% health and gain a increase in damage resistance. Healing spells, control strength, again, that's just based upon your build and your class. So I got this one. Striker foe, you have a chance to gain 2,000 crit strike bonus for 6 seconds. Then Element of Evil is the last one. You have power over defense, I choose power. You have lifesteal over regen. Of course, I do not want regen, so I just take the lifesteal one. You have recovery over crit strike. This is by choice. It's up to you which one you want on that one. And then these four are also chance to gain bonus 10% stamina gain for 10 seconds of killing a target. This is probably more of a tanking one. Chance to gain 10% lifesteal. This is more of a maybe Scorch Warlock. Chance to heal up to 2,000 over a few seconds, and then increase your recovery by 1,000. And this one is chance to heal up 24,000 hit points, and then you increase your crit strike for 1,000. So these two are definitely by choice, whichever one you really want. So that's it for the boons. We're gonna go into companions right now. Okay, so companion wise, it doesn't matter what you really choose. There are stuff that could be better than others, and what you really want is, for DPS, is you really want, when you can in time, what you really want to do is get a companion that has 3 offensive slots and fast attacking powers. This one has a 1-second cooldown Tempest Blade. So the faster this guy attacks, the quicker I get perks, and I'll show you why. And right here, you want to get offensive slots because first off, you get 455 power. It gives you power in these slots. Secondly, if you see what Bonding Runestones do, they when your companion activates a power, which includes right off the bat, it includes this one that only has a 1-second cooldown. He goes up, swings, boom, I get Companion's Gift, which is these. This is what these are called, companion gifts, the equip bonus. I get 50% of your companion stats for 20 seconds. So that means my power down there is 3,000 on this companion. When he attacks, I gain extra 50% of those stats, which is 1,700. But I have 3 of them on, all at 50%, so I actually get 150% of these stats. So instead of 3,000 power when he attacks, right off the bat, I get 5,100 power when he goes to attack. I also have the rings and stuff on them are by your choice, trying to up these stats because that's what you get. Same as armor penetration. I get 2,000 armor penetration is how I'm capping out. When he attacks, I get that. That's how I'm capping out armor pen here, because it goes from 4,000 to 6,000, and that's how I'm capping armor pen. So that's why I look so low for now, until he attacks, until this companion attacks. So that's what you really want to do, is get companions with 3 offensive slots, and if you can, also 3 offensive slots and a power that has a really low cooldown, like 1 second, maybe half second, something along those lines. That's what you really want to do. So I have 2 of those. Like the fire one also has this. The fire archon has this. This is a 2-second cooldown flame fist. So it's pretty quick. I like the air one, so I'm using air instead. Now, if these don't come very easily to get, and if you can't get the bonding rune stones, you can try to get these stats for your character here. You can get an augmented stone, which means anything you put into here, you get 100% of those stats, because the stone doesn't attack. It doesn't attack at all. So it just flies around your head. You can see it flying around my head right now. So anything you put in here, it's gonna increase the stats here, and you get 100% of those. So I like to put empowered runestones here. I had 3 rank 10s before. Increases power up to about like 4K, like 3,000 or so. I had some rings in here. So you get 100% of the stats. You don't have to wait till the companion attacks or whatnot. So until you can get bonding runestones, that's going to equal over 100%. Because 3 rank 8s, if these were rank 8s, they would say 35% of your companion stats. So 3 of those would equal 105%. So until you get 3 rank 8 bonding runestones on an all offensive slot companion that attacks, you're kind of sometimes better off running a DPS character that has an augmented companion with empowered runestones here. I ran this for a long time until like a couple weeks ago. I finally got this air archon in a lockbox, and then I purposely went and got grinded and tried my best to get these bonding runestones and put them in. And now that it's over 100%, this is better. This is better for DPS than before, so that's why I'm running it. And then the other one is just depends on your active bonuses, but really the one you want out is something along the lines of this, with at least rank 9s, at least rank 8s, all offensive slots. And if you're lucky, try to have something that has really fast attacks, and I'll tell you why, because we're gonna move on to mounts. I have mounts with these perks on them. If you see Protector's Camaraderie, it says whenever your summoning companion attacks, you gain 4% of your power and defense. 4%. It used to be 3.5. Now it says 4%. I don't know if it's because I have 3 of them here, or who knows what. It stacks up to 4 times. So I can gain 16% of my power for 10 seconds whenever your companion attacks. So if it's a 1 second cooldown on my companion, every 1 second that's going to gain a stack. So I'll get 4%, then I'll get 8%, and then I'll get 12 and then 16% over 10 seconds. So I'll at least get it in the first. I'll at least get it for the 10 seconds because he attacks every 1 second. By the time the debuff is gone and my power is down, he'll attack again, or that buff is gone. My power will disintegrate. My power will go down after the 10 seconds. And my defense, he'll attack again, and it'll start stacking up again. These actually do stack with each other. So it's 16, 32, 48. I gain 50% of my power when he attacks. This bonus does stack with each other, I heard. Not too sure. I haven't attacked something and let my companion attack something to see if it's true, but it probably mostly is. Because what has to happen is you'd have to go hit the dummy. This would jump up 5,000 power. It'd be about 1,700 because of Companion's Gift, and anything over 1,700 would in fact be Protector's Camaraderie from here, and we could see if that's true. My power, it's not based upon what the Companion's give me, it's probably based upon the 12,000. So I would get at least 1,200 per, so 3,600. So if I hit around the 21,000 range, I would say this is all stacking and working, and it does because I've hit that mark before. I've checked out my stats and I hit like 23,000 before. So these do stack. I'm also running this Artificer's Persuasion, where Whenever you use an artifact power, your recovery, movement, action point gain, and stamina gain is decreased by 10% of your power. So that's really helps. Action point gain, you get your dailies quicker if you use your artifact. I mean, why not? That's a nice boost to recovery and action point gain. Really nice to use that. So I have one of these. I might switch out for the another version of this. Maybe I'll take out Protector's Camaraderie. We'll see. But then this spider, I'm probably gonna switch this out as soon as my movement gets higher. When your stamina is above 75%, you move 15% faster. A lot of people run Wanderer's Fortune, but you know, I use Dragonhorn Enchantment and Fey Blessings or whatever. So this helps, but I'd rather do something that, you know, is more DPS or more for my character than finding refining stones at my feet. So I like Liar's Guile because I like movement speed. I hate moving really slow as a rogue. So I have this. I could switch this out at some point in time. My movement's a little bit quicker. As we can see right now, my character, my movement is only an extra 2%. So if I got it a little bit quicker, at least 5%, I would be happy. Looks like 400 movement equals 1% run speed bonus. So even get up there, it would take a lot of movement speed. Okay, so that's boons, stats, companions, and mounts. And my recommendations on all of those. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully it helped. If you had any questions about what stats to gem for, what boons you want to choose as DPS, what companions you didn't know what companion you want to use. Definitely, you know, the active bonuses are all your choice, but the one that's out and summoned, you kind of want, this is the goal, is to get these Bonding Runestones to rank 12. To increase these stat numbers by 285% is the total, because at rank 12, these are 95% of your companion stats you get for 20 seconds. So that's that's almost 300%. So, you know, even if this number stayed the same, it'd be like, you know, 9,000 power, which is awesome. So definitely that's the goal for companions. And the mounts, you know, for DPS, you really want to increase your power. Always want to increase your power. This is the best so far as Protector's Camaraderie. This is a nice perk to have here. Use your Artificer's Persuasion, especially if you have a mythic artifact that resets every one minute cooldown. You can use this every 1 minute, gain some action point gain, gain some recovery, which reduces the cooldowns of your encounter powers and such. And this is, you know, for me, Liar's Guile is just by choice. That is totally optional choice right there. I like to be able to move quicker. I think they're so slow, if not. So thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it helped you out. If you have, you know, any questions, type in the comments. You know, hit that like button if you liked it or disliked it. Leave in the comments. If you have any other questions, or if you liked it or disliked it, hit that sub button if you want to see more videos. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.